Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with the topic Neo-Realism or Neo-Realist theory or structural realism or contemporary realism. It is found in +3 third semester paper number 7 and the name of the paper is Perspectives on International Relations. But before I discuss what is Neo-Realism, I want to inform my viewers that name of my channel is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375, where you will find more than 520 videos relating to +2 first year political science to +2 second year political science, +3 first semester political honors up to +3 sixth semester political honors, many videos of environmental studies, political science general elective, ethics and values of +3 first semester, some videos of ethics and values, political science general elective +3 second semester, some videos of ethics and values of +3 third semester. I request my viewers that if you have subscribed my channel, it is all right. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe for your future. And ever those of your friends who are in above classes to subscribe my channel so that at least some students will be benefited. Remember, never hesitate to give help to anybody. To give help to anybody is a symptom of a human being. Let us start. What is Neo-Realism or structural realism or contemporary realism? In international relations, Neo-Realism is a vital theory. Neo-Realism is a theory which rejects some principles of realist theory and adds some new principles in realist theory. Due to this reason, it is known as Neo-Realism. In international relations, there are many theories, but Neo-Realism or Neo-Realist theory is a vital theory. Neo-Realist theory is a theory which adds some new principles in realist theory and rejects some principles of realist theory. So, as Neo-Realist theory adds something new principles in realist theory and omits some principles from the realist theory, it is known as Neo-Realist theory. It has been developed in 1980s. Kenneth Walsh told about this theory in his book Theory of International Politics, published in 1789. This theory was told by Kenneth Walsh, who told about this theory in his book Theory of International Politics, published in the year 1979. Joseph Grieco also is a leading neo-theorist. Neo-realist theory points out that nations while functioning today consider various principles mentioned below. So, Neo-realist theory speaks that nations while functioning or nations while working consider some principles. So, what are these principles? Number one, a vital principle of Neo-Realism is that this theory believes that nations are taking steps to secure their national interest and make itself more strong, not because as individuals who are selfish and try to secure their self-interest in relation to others, but because in the world there is no common superior to control nations. So, out of fear, suspicion, insecurity, etc., from other nations, every nation tries to make it strong for its survival. So, Neo-Realist theory speaks that all nations today are interested to secure their national interest, are interested to make them more strong. Not because human beings, as they are selfish, they want to secure their self-interest every now and then, but because in the world there is no common superior, there is no supreme authority to control the world. So as in the world there is no common superior, as many nations are found, every nation out of suspicion, fear, insecurity take some steps to make themselves more strong and try to secure national interest. If nation will not take step to secure the national interest, or nation will not take step for their security, their survival will be in problem. But realist theories believes that every nation tries to secure its national interest as individuals try to secure his self-interest. Because realist theory is based on a human instinct which is self. So neo-realist theory speaks that every nation today tries to secure its national interest, gives importance to its security, because in this world there is no common superior. There is no supreme authority to control nations. As in the world there is no common superior, every nation out of suspicion, insecurity, fear to other nations try to secure its national interest, try to make it more strong. If nations will not take step for their security, their survival will be in problem. But realist theory speaks, it is neo-realist theory, but realist theory speaks that every nation try to secure national interest because as human beings try always to secure their self-interest. So every nation tries to secure the national interest because realist theory is based on an instinct of human being which is self. So neo-realist theory speaks that every nation tries to secure its national interest not because every individual tries to secure its self-interest, but because in the world there is no common superior. As there is no common superior, every nation out of fear, insecurity, suspicion to other nation takes some steps for its national interest and security. Number 2. Another principle of neo-realism is that state give priority to their both absolute gain and relative gain. Neo-realism speaks that every state gives priority to their absolute gain and relative gain. Absolute gain means when a nation gives importance to its national interest only, while relative gain means when a nation makes comparison between its gain and other nations' gain with a trade agreement. But a realist theory gives importance to only absolute gain. It is an addition of neo-realism theory in realism. So another principle of neo-realism is that this theory speaks that every nation considers at the time of their working both absolute gain and relative gain. Absolute gain means when a nation thinks for his gain only. When a nation thinks for its gain only. Relative gain means when a nation considers its gain in comparison to the gain of other at the time of trade agreement. So neo-realist theory speaks that every nation considers absolute gain and relative gain. But realist theory speaks that every nation considers only his national interest or its absolute gain. Number 3, another important principle of realist theory is that every nation gives priority to its national interest and its security. Otherwise, a nation's survival will be in problem from foreign attack. Third principle of neo-realism is that it speaks that every nation gives priority to its national interest and security. If a nation will not give importance to its national interest and security, if there will be a foreign attack, a nation's survival will be in problem. So every nation considers its national interest and security in every now and then, in every time. Number 4, another principle of neo-realism is that for their security and national interest, every nation gives priority to alliance with other nations. Another principle of neo-realism is that this theory speaks that every nation gives priority to alliance, is giving priority to join in group of nations. for its national interest. If a nation will join in an alliance, if there will be any problem for that nation, other nations will come forward to help. So every nation gives priority to join in the alliance for its national interest. Now 5. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation tries to avoid war because it will break down their economic backbone. Every nation, another principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation gives importance to, every nation tries to avoid war. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation tries to avoid war because if there will be war, its economic backbone will be in problem. 6th principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation gives respect to nuclear deterrence, collective defense, conflict management through diplomacy, use of measures to sort out war, means of pacific settlement of disputes for their security, because security is very necessary for the survival of a nation. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation considers certain things like nuclear deterrence. There should not be nuclear war because all nations will be affected. Number 2, collective defense. Every nation is interested for collective defense or collective security to work together. Conflict management through diplomacy, to settle disputes through diplomacy, discussion. Use of measures to sort out war, how war will be avoided. Means of pacific settlement of disputes, how disputes will be solved in peacefully. For their security, every nation is considering that there should not be nuclear war, how war will be avoided, how disputes will be solved peacefully, how different problems will be solved diplomatically. Every nation is thinking about all these things for their security. Because security is very necessary for the survival of a country. 7. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation gives respect to international structure. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation is giving respect to international structures or international organizations. Because there is no common superior in the world, so every nation for their national interest give respect to international structures or international organizations. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that it speaks that every nation is giving respect to international organizations, international structures, because there is no common superior in the world. So every nation is giving respect to international structure, because the international structure, international organization can maintain peace in the world. If peace will be maintained in the world, all nations will be benefited. So every nation for its national interest give priority to give respect to international structures. 8. Another vital principle of Neo-Realism is that every nation give priority to international cooperation for their development, otherwise nations cannot develop. Another principle of Neo-Realism is that this speaks that every nation is giving priority to international cooperations. Every nation wants to get help from other nations, otherwise a nation cannot develop. So every nation is eager to get international cooperation, international help. 9th, another principle of this theory is that every nation takes into account those nations who are not guided by international rules. Every nation also considers about those nations who are not guided by international rules and regulations, like North Korea. It is not guided by rules and regulations of the international organization. So every nation considers at the time of working about those nations who are not guided by international rules and regulations. Finally, another principle of this theory is that every nation is interested to take help from friendly states. So another principle of Neo-Realist theory is that every nation now is interested to take help from its friendly states, because every state has its friendly states. So every nation wants to take help from its friendly states. So we have discussed Neo-Realist theory or Neo-Realism, which speaks that every nation while functioning considers some principles. we have discussed 10 principles. I request my viewers that watch this whiteboard and listen to me, as well as you should watch the whiteboard and listen to me so that you will benefit. And any video you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in YouTube. You'll get both the Odia and English video. Thank you. Have a nice day.